Hello, welcome back to Coffee Class. Like we started yesterday, we are continuing with the objective questions from question 6 all the way, from question 7 all the way to question 15, if I'm not mistaken. That is what we want to look at today. And so, quickly from your screen, you can see question 7 given as solve 3 exponent 5x minus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have this question on the board. 3 exponent 5x minus 1 all minus 2 is equal to 0. This is a simple question, but if you don't have the prerequisites knowledge about it, will be fumbling. And so we just pay close attention and go through. So we first of all send the constant to the other side. And then by doing so, we get 3 exponent 5x minus 1 is equal to positive 2. Now we take logarithm of both sides. Now taking logarithm of both sides, I get log 3 exponent 5x minus 1 is equal to log 2. And then right there, from the laws of indices and logarithm, when you have a situation like this, you can move the power to the front of the log. And then by so doing, I get 5x minus 1 all log 3 is equal to log 2. If I don't bring the bracket here, it means that the 5x is not being affected by the logarithm the log 3, which is wrong. And so this is the correct thing. And then from here, I divide 2 by log 3. And then I see this. Now I have 5x minus 1 is equal to log 2 on log 3. And then log 2 on log 3, we can basically use the calculator since we are doing elective maths and then core mathematics SHS level. So using the calculator, I punch log 3. So shift, okay, sorry, just the normal log 2 on the normal log 3. Since they are all in base 10, that is going to give me 0.631 to 3 decimal place 0.631, and then this is going to be 5x is equal to 0.631 plus 1. That gives me 5x is equal to 1.631. X is equal to 1.631 over 5, and then 1.631 over 5 should give us 0.326. 0.326. That is the value we are getting, and so we just confirm from the objectives that we have 0.33, which is yes, so 0.33 equivalent 0.33, 2 decimal places. So this is how you go about the first question for the EMAS question 7. The next question, which is question 8, says that the first and last terms of an AP are 7 and 70 respectively. If the sum is 385, find the number of terms in the series. And then from AP, we know UN is equal to A plus N minus 1 or D. This is what we know. And then the first term we were told is 7. The last term also was given as 77. And then again, we were told that the sum S is equal to N over 2 A plus L. So we just quote this formula, do the necessary substitution, and then we get our value. The total sum itself was given as 385. And so from here, substitution, this is what we are interested in finding. The N over here is what we are interested in finding. And so we just leave it like that. We know A to be 7, and then this is 70. Sorry, this is 70. Okay. So this is what we have. Now from here, we multiply 2 by 2. This should give us 80 times 260, so 160. 85 times 170, so that should be 770. This will be n into bracket 77n. Sorry, 77. Oh my god. And then from here, 77n is equal to 770. We divide 2 by 77, and then n is equal to 10. Therefore, the number of terms is 10. So there are 10 terms actually over here. The first term being 7, the last one being 70. When you sum everything, you get 385. Okay, so this is what we have for the question number 7. Number 8. Now we go to number 9. And so we have 12, 10, 8, and 5. Number 9 says that if the first derivative or the f prime of x is given by 4x power 3 minus 6x plus 1, and then we have f of negative 1 is equal to 0, then we have to find f of x. Now, how do we get the first derivative of x? That is by differentiating. And then how do we get back the x? To get back this x, we have to integrate. And then by integrating, we just add 1 to the existing power and then divide that particular term by the new power. And so f of x is equal to the integral of f prime, this. Okay. Now, I integrate this, which is 4x power 3 plus 1 minus 6x power 1 plus 1 plus 1x power 0 plus 1. Integration. Now we are going to introduce a constant term. That will be in the next step. So this integration is going to be 4x power 4 all over 4 minus 6x power 2 all over 2 plus x power 1 all over 1 plus c. Then from here, we do the needful. X4 minus 3x squared plus x plus c. Now the reason why we're given f of negative 1 to be 0 is because of the constant term. And so we have to get a value of the constant term in order to be able to get the correct expression of function, which was differentiated to get 4x cubed minus 6x plus 1. And then from here, f of negative 1 means that in place of x we put negative 1. This is going to be negative 1. Sorry, 1 minus 3. This is going to be this plus minus 1 plus c. That is equal to 0 actually. And then 1 minus 1, that will be 0. So we have 0 plus 3 is equal to c. C is equal to 3. And so therefore the original function itself is x to the power 4 minus 3x squared plus x plus 3. This is the f of x which was differentiated in order to get the 4x cubed minus 6x plus 1. So this is the original. Alright. So I think question 7, 8, and then 9 have been dealt with. Now we quickly go to the question number 10. Yes. So we go to the question number 10. Now question 10 reads from the screen that the deviations of a set of data from the mean are minus 7, minus 5, minus k, 2k, and then 3k. We have to find the value of k. Now remember, deviation from a set of data means that you are having a number which is the mean, and then you are subtracting other numbers from the mean, which means that when you sum all the deviations, you are supposed to get 0. So the summation of all the standard deviations is supposed to give you 0. And then if that is the case, the first one we were having, this is question 10. The first one we are having is minus 7. Now we go to minus 5. We go to minus k plus 2k plus 3k. Everything should give us 0. That is the whole concept of the deviation. When we sum all the deviations, because it goes to both the left and the right, when we sum everything, we are supposed to get 0. Yes. So this is going to give us minus 12, and then this is plus 4k is equal to 0, which means that 4k is equal to 12, k is equal to 3. So question 10, test in a jiffy, done. Now, so in the possible options, we have minus 4, minus 3, 3, and then 4. Then the question 11 says that given that 18 on y squared, this question has been done in one of my previous videos. I worked on this. So we have 18 on y squared plus 1 on y is equal to 4. And the question now says that we should find the positive value of y. From here, we just cross multiply. Cross multiply, and this multiplies this, multiplies this. So 4y squared for this side. Now this is going to be plus, it's equal to y because it's over here. Then this is going to be plus 18. Now we have a quadratic situation, and then this quadratic situation, 4 times 18 minus 72. So we are looking for two numbers such that when we multiply we get minus 1. When we multiply we get minus 72, but when we add we get minus 1. And then that is going to be negative 9 and then positive 8. And so we just arrange the numbers such that we can be able to factorize. 4 is common here, y is common, y will be left 2 here, minus 9 is common, y here, plus 2 also over here. What we have now is 4y minus 9 and then y plus 2. Since the question asks us to find the positive value of y, we will not take this side, we just take the negative side, which means that 4y minus 9 is equal to 0, y is equal to 9 or 4. Because we are looking for the positive value, so we go for the other side. I'm cleaning this part. Now we look at the question 12, which says that there are 6 passengers in a bus. In how many ways would 4 passengers alight one after the other at 4 different bus stops? So we're looking out for in how many ways would 4 passengers alight one after the other at 4 different bus stops. Okay, so we are looking at a permutation. So permutation has to do with the number of ways that this thing can be done. Combination also has to do with a different thing, but here we are looking at the permutation. And so we have a total of 6 passengers. And then how many ways would 4 of them alight? Sorry, 4 will be alighting at different, one after the other at 4 different bus stops. So 4 out of the 6, that is the number of ways, permutation. Now this is the same as 6 factorial over 6 minus 4 all factorial. And then yes, so we established this yesterday that the difference between combination and permutation is just that if this were combination, you would see the 4 factorial over here. That is the only difference. Okay. Now 6 factorial against 2 factorial. So this can be written as 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 factorial all over 2 factorial. 6, 5, 30. 30 times 4, that should be 120. 120 times 3, that should be 360 ways. So 360 ways. when we look at the possible options, we have 360 over there. We also have 720, 516, 480, and then 320. And so 320 is the best option to be taken over here in this situation. Question 13 says we should find in terms of pi the area of the circle, which is x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus 6y plus 3 is equal to 0. We have to find the area. We know area of a circle is given by pi r squared. Okay, and so in this case, we have to find the radius of the circle, and then finding the radius of the circle is what we are going to be interested in now. Okay, so now let's try to, we have x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 6y is equal to minus 3. Let's complete the squares from here. Completing the squares, we pick this, divide it into 2, which is 2, and then square it. Now this is going to be x squared plus 4x plus 4. Now we add 4 to both sides. Yes. And then the same thing for the y. We complete the squares. That will, so minus 6 on 2, that will be minus 3. We square minus 3, add to both sides. So this is going to be minus 3 all squared. This is going to be plus 2 all squared. We add to both sides, plus 4 plus 9. Okay. So x plus 2 all squared plus y minus 3 all squared. This is going to give us 10. Now when we compare this with the general formula for the circle, we have x minus h all squared plus y minus k all squared is equal to r squared, where r is the is equal to r squared. Yes, where r is the radius. And so to find the radius from this particular instance, to find the radius, which is the r squared, the radius squared over here, it is 10. So the radius itself is going to be root of 10. That is our radius. Now I've been asked to find the area of the circle. Area is given by pi r squared. Pi r squared. And then we know r squared itself as 10. And so this is making it a bit easier. Pi r squared. We know r squared, we know pi times 10. And so we have 10 pi as the answer for question number 12. Now question 14 says that given that r minus 29x is equal to this is equivalent to 5 on this, we should find the value of r. So this brings us to the concept of is it rational fractions? Yeah, rational fractions. Yeah. So 5 on 2x minus 7 against minus 17 on x plus 5. Now the denominators are supposed to be the same. And so if the denominators are supposed to be the same, then we can work on the right hand side and then we compare to the left hand side. So working on the right hand side, if the denominators are supposed to be the same, then we have this LCM 2x minus 7 against x plus 5. Now 2x plus minus 7 goes into this x plus 5 times. And then this is going to be minus 17. 2x minus 7. Expand this side if possible. So when we expand this side, we get 5x plus 25 minus 34x plus 17 by 7, 7 7 49, 4 7 1 7 plus 4, that should be 119 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 119. So 119 all over 2x minus 7x plus 5. This that should be minus 29. So this plus this actually 25 here, 4 here, and 1, which is 3, 4. So 144 minus 29x all over this. And so from our comparison, we can see that when you compare this with what we have on the left hand side, we have minus 29x as a numerator, and then there's r over here, which is now 144. So therefore, r is equal to 144. As simple as that. No stress. Okay. Now finally, we go to the last question, and then this particular section of this particular um yes recording session. Sure. It says that consider the propositions. Stephen is good at X is such that Stephen is good at biology. W is such that Stephen is good at health education. Write in symbolic form the statement Stephen is not good at both health and education. So both has to do with the intersection. And then if it was to be either, so if it is either, so both has to do with intersection. If it is neither, neither is the same as it's more or less like both. So he's not good at both. He's not good at he's good at either of them, which means that one of them. Neither of them, which means that both of them. So both and neither would go with the intersection, and then either would go with the union. So over here we can see the statement. I think statement A would work perfectly. And so the negative form is x intersection or this particular symbol w. So if it was to be the union, we would use the other symbol, but because it's intersection, we are using this particular symbol. And so that has been the short session on question 7 to 15. Looking forward to bringing you more of the answers. Thank you and then stay blessed. Bye.